Alright. Today I have, I have made the haggling and selling of crops. It took me a couple days to figure out how I wanted to do it. I wasn't brainstorming the entire time, but eventually I ended up settling on a rhythm game. So let me grab the crop. So, okay, you can see that it is registered as one of the things to sell. Now if I hit this button, it starts the game. Oh, come on. Right off the bat. Ugh. Oh, miss input. Yeah, this is brand new, so I don't know all the buttons yet. I made this all myself with my own logic. It spawns a cube and then detects when that cube collides with the other cube, and then it multiplies the distance, or it checks how far away the cubes are when they collide, and that gives you more score. And it gives you more score the closer they are together. And if they aren't touching at all, then you get score taken away. Okay, so you see I have now $158. That is because... What? Hang on, why is it... Why was it... It shouldn't have multiplied it by 3. Or whatever. What did it... hang on. I'm gonna have to do some troubleshooting right now. Okay, so I did a little bit of troubleshooting. I don't know how that happened earlier. But, oh well. Anyway. Yeah, multiplies the sell price of the crop by the score. Since that was a like just a base corn crop, that it's got a base sell price of 2 and a local size multiplier of 1. Multiplies those two together, so that'd be 2 in this case, and then multiplies that by the score, and that is 2 times 45.87. And probably a bunch of other numbers that we can't see at the moment. Yeah. It says that. Okay, whatever. Yeah. That is how the selling works. When you start the game, it locks you into position. Where is the game? Yeah, when you start the game, it locks you into this position. That is because the keys that you use to press the buttons are the same as the movement keys. I got this button thing to work the same way I got all the other button stuff to work. I used and to map the buttons to the and to map the keys to the buttons, I used input actions or input system stuff like this. Okay, now let me show you the code. So first off, by the way, I made all this myself. So basic rundown. It spawns a cube here, or here, or here, or here. Every every so many seconds. It is a random amount. The minimum amount is 0.1 seconds. So to spawn a cube with no collision except with this. This is what the collider looks like. If the cube is like in, say, this area, the score will be less than if it was in this area. The way it does that is it checks the distance between the two objects at the time that the button is pressed, and if there is nothing in the collider when you press the button, it takes away 10 score. And it uses a rigid body for the gravity. Okay. So here is a list of all of the objects in the button collider. So that's for like if there's multiple nodes in a row. So this part is to check if that's to make it only press once. If the game is running, that's so you don't put your score into like a zillion below where it's supposed to be just by moving around. If the objects are, or if there is any objects in bounds when the button is pressed, add to the score 10 times parentheses 1 over vector 3 dot distance, first object inbound, and this object. And then end parentheses. This 1 over part is so that the farther away it is, the lower the score. It's to essentially invert the going up of the score by having it so like 1 divided by 400 is a smaller number than 1 divided by 200. But 400 is a bigger number than 200. So if you want to invert, or so if you want to make something go up when something else goes down, you do 1 over. Or any number over, but 1 over is the simplest. At least, well, I guess not simplest, whatever. And then it removes the object in bounds from the list. If there's nothing in bounds when the button is pressed, remove 10 from the score. And then update the score. When when the trigger collider collides with another object, if that object has the tag rhythm game beat, which would be that beat, that blue cube you saw falling earlier, you add that object to the list, and when it exits, if it is of that tag, take away 10 score. This is so you get penalized for missing, as well as for firing when there's nothing even in there, I guess. And then update the score, and then remove the object from the list, and also destroy the object. Now for the rhythm controller. Oh, by the way, these scripts are on all 4 of these. Oh, excuse me. For the rhythm controller, we've got all this. I guess I'll show you. So start game. I would do it with only this void, or only this IE numerator, but you can't call IE numerators from buttons. You can only call voids. Oh well. So public void start game number of beats equals base number of beats. That is to reset the number of beats or amount of beats left. Reset the score, update the texts, teleport the assigned shopkeeper, which in our case would be the player, but for when you eventually unlock employees would be the employee. If it is a player, or if it is a named player, set their movement to, or disable their movement. If the game is not running, start spawn beats, or sorry, yeah, start this. That is so you can't cheese the game by starting over before it has ended if you have a bad score. Spawn beats turns or sets the game running to true while the game is running. This is so I can have like a kind of an update function without really having one. If the number of beats is greater than 0, instantiate the Okay, well, whatever. If the number of beats is... Sorry, if there is any beats left in the game, so if there's... if there are any beats that haven't fallen yet, instantiate a new beat at a random one of the spawn points positions with 0 rotation, and then remove one of the beats from the number. Then update the text. Then set this number, which is the random time. That is between 0 and 5 seconds extra, and then add that to this. So at minimum, there will be 0.1 seconds between beats. I don't know if that's enough for human reaction time, but oh well. And then if there is not any beats left that haven't fallen, or you know what I mean, then set the game to no longer be running if the assigned shopkeeper is a player. Turn their movement back on. Initiate the sell product void from the seller, and then do yield break. First off, before we do the seller, I'll do just money holder. It is, it's just a basic script. It has the amount of money you have, the text, and then a void. If you put in the amount of money you want to update it to be, money plus equals money change, that can be positive or negative. And then it will display the new amount of money. I'm using $signs for now because I don't want to come up with some other form of currency at the moment. Okay. Now for sell, it has a list of products and then a random quantity. So that means when someone comes up to buy something, they could buy either one item or your entire store worth of items. And then it has a reference to the rhythm game and to the money controller. The rhythm game also has a reference to the sell script. Public void, sell product. Quantity equals equals a random number between 1 and the amount of products that you have in total. For I is less than, or for I equals 0, I starts with 0, I is less than 1, or sorry, I is less than quantity, then increment this at the end of like here, I guess. If products I, so this is the number for the product, dot try get component. This is just so to establish a reference to the crop growth, so I don't have to do crop dot try, or so I don't have to do crop dot get component every time. I can just do it once here and then use this as the reference to that script. Sell price plus equals, or sell price equals itself plus this number. Crop dot base price times crop dot local size multiplier. And then destroy the product and remove it from the list. This is fine because this is initiated upon sell, not upon loading the product in. So we are okay with just deleting it right now. Sell price, you multiply that by the rhythm game score, and then money counter, you multiply and then you add the money to the money counter. And then it adds products to itself when it collides with something, and that something has the tag of sellable. The corn crop will now by default have the tag of sellable instead of untagged. And if it does not already contain this object, add it to the list. Yeah, that is all I have done so far. I hope you didn't mind my lack of being able to speak in this episode. Sorry. Wait, what? 17 minutes. Nice. See you later.